What's going on, everybody? This your boy Shay G, and you're tuning in to when I say this is just the best segment for us to have, because it may change your life, or it may even help you change pretty much the what do you want to say, the cycle of your family's tradition or whatever they have as far as health. I have here sitting next to me Reverend Fakir, correct?
That's correct.
All right, and we have Dr. Tuschman.
You got it, Chef.
All right. Now, we're talking about Your Health Matters. And, that's one of the things that I think is very important that we need to talk about, because a lot of the myths and a lot of different things touching on health matters. Now, if you can, just tell us a little bit about yourself, starting with you, Dr. Tuschman.
Yeah, sure. So nice to be with you, Shad. We specialize in a process called health correction. And so we take folks from wherever they are, a non-optimal status. That's often people who have overweight or obesity, high blood sugar, high blood pressure, and we design an individualized program for them to get to a much better place. We track them on a daily basis. We're not doing any guesswork. It's not an advice program. It's an action plan.
Okay.
And so we develop plans for people. We communicate with them on a daily basis, and we make sure they're getting to where they want to go. It's not easy. It's hard work. But the harder you work, the more you follow our system, the better the results, and we do get very significant results.
Okay. Now, Rev, if you mind, I'll call you Rev.
That's all right, shit.
All right. Now, what are some of the trends that you see, especially in the African American community, that you see now that, this may be able to help?
Well, statistically, the African American community has the highest rates of blood pressure on the planet. And so we have folks in our congregations, in our homes, in our families that are suffering from this chronic illness. We have higher rates of diabetes, prediabetes, obesity, and overweight, and all those things are all the same thing.
Right.
And that causes other things: heart disease, kidney failure, and those kinds of things. And so this nation as a whole is the fattest country in the world, and unfortunately the African American community is even worse.
Yeah. And you know what, something just on a personal note, I really believe that we are the most stubborn country, because when I went to the Philippines and you go there and I was trying to eat and try to do different things, but it wasn't anything I was used to, and I was feeling like, man, what's wrong with y'all food? You know what I mean? And then I'm sitting there noticing I'm the one that's obese.
Right, but you don't see a lot of fat people walking around over there.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. This guy's like 110, telling me what's wrong with you. And I'm like, no, what's wrong with you? This food nasty or whatever. And it's just unfortunate. Now, what are some of the things or some of the tips that you may be able to give us for us to at least attempt to go on the right path? Right.
Well, we're living at a time when, especially for the younger audience, it seems normal, the advice we're being given, the way we're thinking about food.
Right.
It's not normal. These are harsh times. We're being lied to.
Right.
And so the first thing that one has to do is get out of that system and into a realistic system where they can actually make improvement. And some of the things that we're basing our decisions on right now, especially for the younger generation, because they've grown up with this stuff, it just doesn't make any sense. The food rules, the way we're being sold food, the claims that are made about the food, the basic concepts that are the framework for how people are making decisions and what they're trying to achieve, none of it makes any sense.
Right.
And so we can't just give general advice to people like they've been getting. That doesn't work. We have to get them out of that system and get them thinking realistically and scientifically about where they are in history and where they need to go.
Oh, and that's good. So what is the website or whatever that we can just go, look up some stuff just before we're going to continue the interview, but
Sure.
what is the website?
Healthcorrection.com, and that describes our process, and that describes the process that we believe is going to lead a health revolution in this country, because there's just no time left for things to keep getting worse. Things need to be corrected. We need to get real with each other.
Right.
We need to be honest with each other.
Right.
We've been living through 45 years of lies, and it's showing. Pastor was describing the epidemic in the African American community. That's on top of the epidemic that's going on in America. We're going from 15% obesity in 1980 up to 50% 13 years from now.
Wow.
15 to 50%. And the diabetes rate in 1970s was 2%. We're headed to 33%. We're going from 1 out of every 50 to 1 out of every 3 individuals in a span of 70 years. And in the African American community,
It's double.
it's double. The diabetic rate is double that epidemic. So there's no time to play around with these solutions that were being offered that don't work. In fact, they make things worse.
Wow. So, like going to the website and looking, what can we expect from the website, or just the information that you will give us?
Pastor Naz, you want to take that one?
The website shares information about the program, about the process, but it gives folks an opportunity to contact us because ultimately this program is a very individualized program. There's not a cookie cutter solution for everyone. That would reach out to us. We consult with folks individually. We look at what we call their health story. Everybody's got a life story. They've also got a health story. Right. And so their health story, their lifestyle, what times a day do they get up? Are they a stay-at-home person? Are they out every day? And we take all those things into account and then give them suggestions to make decisions that would be better for them in terms of their food choices and other things to improve their health.
And that's a good thing now. Well, and what's unfortunate, especially with the younger generation, now a lot of them is that technology, tech savvy. And one thing that I see now, which we never thought of growing up, was these plastic surgeries and these tucks and all of this, the quick way.
Sure.
And I've seen someone, a close friend of mine, she wanted to live up to that, so she got tucked and stuff, but that wasn't her lifestyle. So all of a sudden the staples and, she had some health situations because that wasn't a lifestyle.
You see, God created our bodies as very, very efficient machines, right? But we are participating in a system that is contradictory to the way our bodies actually operate, right? We eat in a way that's contradictory to the way our bodies operate most optimally. And so what we try to do, or what we do, is we show folks how to go back to eating so that their body operates the way that God intended it. God intended us to have fat because we use it for energy, but not to store fat, right? And so we teach folks how to teach their bodies and train their bodies to operate the way God intended them.
And since you talking to God, can you ask him why did he invent sweet tea to be so good?
Well, see, that's just it. God didn't invent it.
But I tell you what,
but you just hit on something because the problem is that the issues that we're facing right now are man created. They're not God created. They're man created, and they're created for profit. Right. Just like tobacco companies created cigarettes for profit. Years ago, they told us, they used doctors to advertise them, told us that smoking was safe and all that, while they knew it was killing people. Right. The food companies are doing the exact same thing. Right. They're telling us these foods are healthy for us. Eat this, low fat. Eat this, low calorie.
And they even put the calories on there.
Sure.
But then
this is heart healthy, right? This is heart healthy. Well, it's lies, man, and they're just not telling us the truth. And those things that they're telling us that are good for us, and you eat this, there's the ones that's making our diabetic rates go up.
Man, if I catch that Honey Nut Cheerio bee out in the streets, it's gonna be a problem.
Instead of eating a bowl of Cheerios in the morning, you may as well have a candy bar.
It's the same effect on your body.
It's the same effect.
They've created, the food companies have been given the ability to sell us foods that are killing us and tell us that they're healthy. They put a little heart on there. I can guarantee you that when you and I eat Honey Nut Cheerios and we take our blood sugar, it's sky high. And sky high is bad for your heart, not good for your heart. The food companies have been given the ability, with the blessing of the government, to tell us that a key to our diet is for it to be balanced. But nobody knows what that really is. Nobody knows what they're balancing. If the effects of this weren't so sad, it would be really funny. Are you balancing the left side of your plate and the right side of your plate? Are you balancing lunch versus dinner, Monday versus Tuesday, 1 week versus another, January versus February? And when you get out of balance, what do you do about it? Nobody knows. The medical condition when you don't have a balanced diet, nobody's ever seen it. The vitamins and minerals they're selling us that are good for us, when you don't get them, the condition you get, nobody's ever seen it. Nobody can count the vitamins and minerals they're getting. Nobody's keeping track of it. They're selling us things based on fear tactics. They're telling us that bad things are going to happen to us if we don't follow the system. But nobody's ever seen these bad things. Actually, when we follow the system they've created, we get diabetes, we get overweight, we get obesity, we get high blood pressure, heart disease, and kidney disease. And especially in the African American community at rates that just are not going to serve us well going forward. So people have to see that even the framework that they're making decisions on, it doesn't make any sense. And it's been going on a long time.
Right. Man, what's the website again?
Healthcorrection.com.
Woo, healthcorrection.com. Now, you might want to do this. Make sure you go to the website because, I just learned so much just sitting here with you all about some of the things that I just took for granted and didn't really even think about. Because just like you say, the community or even how they will market it to us, this is it. This is the right. This is the good. Here's a heart.
Absolutely.
And it's, oh my God. So make sure, ladies and gentlemen, that you just go to the website, and we're going to have the website right here, if you can see at the bottom of the screen. The website is there. Give them a call or just email them. It's just so much, man. And I would like to thank DrSteve Tuschman. Tuschman, right? How's
Yes,
that?
Tuschman.
Dr. Steve.
It all works, though.
And Rev here, who I had the honor of being at your church.
Yeah, man, we had a great
time
time with Shed G at the church, man. We got to get you to come back, brother.
Hey, yeah, after this health matter, I might even be slimmer. I might be able to come in
let
there.
me just say, this for me, this is a movement. We're trying to create a health revolution, but it's ministry.
Right.
For me, ministry is for the mind, the body, and the soul. And I'm not just telling you something that I read. I'm telling you something that I did.
Yeah.
I'm working this program, and I'm no longer diabetic. I no longer have high blood pressure, and I've lost 41 pounds so far. And so I'm pushing this and supporting this and really trying to create this health revolution because it's a civil rights issue, man. And if we don't start the movement in the church, where all the movements in our community have started,
since day one,
where are we going to start it? So that's why I'm doing it.
That's right. Go to the website right now, man. This is pretty good. I'm going to have to go ahead and just make it my favorite page.
Healthcorrection.com. Check us out.
All right. just go pray for me because sweet tea is so good.
I need to lay hands on you, brother.
All right. We gone.
In the name of Jesus.